describe Crewe in one word, what would it be?
Probably like the Boogeyman, dude. Like, one minute he's there and the next he's not. I remember one time we were watching film and one minute he was on like the other side of the field and the next he's the one making the pick. It was nuts.
Dante Downey, former DN for the Miller North Mustangs, number 26.
Braden Herder, cornerback, number 12.
I'm Chirac. I play O-line and D-line, and we're number 79.
What made Crewe so special?
Crewe, I'd just say his drive, his desire to win. You know, he never quit. He was always working. I would always see him in the weight room. Just the look in his eyes, you know, it was so intense. You hear me?
You know, coming into this season, we knew he was going to be an X factor on this team, and just seeing his development from freshman year to this year, I think that's what makes it special because, you know, going into his freshman year, he wasn't really known as, you know, someone who's going to be that guy, and this year, he's that X factor, so that's what makes him so special.
I mean, after playing a couple of seasons with Cyrus Springer, looking at like the differences and similarities between them, I mean, it's like indistinguishable at some point, but he has a lot of traits that he did, and it just his leadership and his like mobility. He's fast as hell. I mean, 419, something like that. Just, I mean, it shows on the field when chase down tackle, just killing him.
Just his vision on the field, man. Like he sees the play like before it happens. Like it's crazy. Like just the way, like you can just tell that he's just on another level. Like it's nuts.
Man, probably his athleticism. I mean, he knew how great he was. He knew he was the top dog on the team. Just the fact, you know, his speed, his strength, his quickness, his IQ on the field. I mean, he knew how to play ball, and he knew how to play ball better than anyone.
He's hot as
I think it's his work ethic, man. Like, from the moment he stepped on that field for the first time and I saw him working hard, like, I just saw improvement every single day, and I just saw everyone else on the field just get much better too. Like, he's out there leading every workout. He's rallying everyone to keep going, and I've just seen the whole team get so much better ever since he stepped out there.
Describe the identity Crewe has on the field.
He's just a leader, you know, like holds everybody to a high standard, makes everybody better. I mean, I've never seen more leadership out of a player in high school. He's such a young athlete in my life, to be honest.
He's so respected. He's almost like a second coach. Like, I think he has more influence than even some of like the actual coaching staff with just how much respect he has from all the players.
I say Crewe's identity on the field is like the Flash. You know, matter of fact, the whole Justice League. He's like Batman. He's like Superman. He's like the Flash. The way he flies around.
I would say, you know, he's the type of teammate that you love to have on your team, but, you know, playing against him, he's a scary guy, you know. He's just, you know, when you see him from an outside team perspective, you know, it's just, you know, he's the type of guy you don't want to go against ever because your health is at risk, you know.
I mean, he strikes fear into the opponents. I remember I lined up against him at one time at wide receiver. He was corner. He jammed me like 5 yards back. And I mean, after that, coach, I'm done, man. I'm not. I understand what the other team has to go through when going against Crewe. He's scary. He's terrifying.
For sure. Man, it was just work. You know, he was a beast, and that's what he thought. He was like, beast. I am the best, and he was the best. I mean, none of us could compare. And he, you know, he was that guy. You know, when you think football, you think athlete. I mean, you think like Deion Sanders, like prime time. You think like Calvin Johnson. You know, Megatron, Ocho Cinco. Man, you might think, oh yeah, football, but you think Crewe, you think football.
You know, he's just got so much swag, man. Like, you know, he's like the AI, but for football. You know what I mean? Like, the way he plays football is just so smooth and just he's so like, you know, he talks his stuff, but he backs it up. You know what I'm saying?
How has Crewe held you to a higher standard?
Yeah. Well, I came in as a senior, and he was a junior, and
How has Crewe held you to a higher standard?
yeah. So I mean, I came in as a senior, and he was a junior, and you know, he just kind of like mentored me throughout all that, throughout the whole season. He pushed me to become a better athlete. You know, I'd go against him in one-on-ones. I'd be like, shoot, man, I got to go against the best. But, and being a senior is, you know, scary. Being a senior is scary. And he was just kind of like, hey, man, you got this. And I'm going to push you to become a better athlete. And he did. He forced me to become a better athlete. And I'll never be as great as Crewe, but he's the best.
He doesn't let us quit, you know? I mean, even drastic measures, he'll take them, you know, just to not let you like give up. He makes you, he forces you to get better. I just have to look around my shoulders sometimes to make sure he's not there.
Like I said earlier, his 4.1940. I ran like a 5.8 one time, and I like it. That's what I used to do. And I like entire summer, ever since freshman year, I've been working on getting that down. I like every summer, every week, every day, I would run with Crewe. I would do this technique. I would do stuff like that. I mean, after all these years, this technique, I run I think like a 5.7 now. So it's really paid off just training with him and just learning.
And I remember going out there and that first whole freshman year, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't that good at football. And then Crewe picked me up and said, I need you to work harder. And he gave me this huge speech. And ever since then, every time I go out there on the field, I've just thought about that speech, and that's what really moved me to be who I am today.
You know, when I mess up, he comes in. He doesn't trash talk me. He doesn't bring me down. He lifts me back up, just on the next play.
You know, every day at practice, he's pushing me. You know, he's always telling me to get in there, keep grinding. You know, he's that leader that we need.
Nightmare. I would always see him in my nightmares. I mean, I had multiple wet dreams about him.
What has Crewe done that has stood out to you?
That one time in practice, I saw him lay out Rocky Chavez. Oh my God. I've never seen somebody get hit that hard in my life. It was the loudest sound I've ever heard. Broke the sound waves. Rocky has not been the same since.